Commander Cook here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be making a Clone Trooper backpack out of something as simple as cardboard. And of course we'll be using stuff like paint and glue, but the main material will be cardboard. As always, if you enjoy the video, consider subscribing, it really helps out a lot. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut out a good sized square out of this box. You can get these big boxes at Walmart for only about $2. From there, I'm going to start drawing out the dimensions of the back piece, and really a lot of this whole build was guesswork just because the only measurements I had to go off of was the height, length, and depth. Once I have the shape drawn, I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece out, and this piece will help out a lot in getting the measurements for the other pieces. For all these pieces, I'm going to be drawing out a copy of which I will stick onto the original just to give the build a stronger structure. From here, I'm going to go ahead and start on the bottom piece using reference pictures and measurements from the piece that we just cut out. And before I attach that piece, I'm going to go ahead and do the side pieces. From there, I'm going to attach the bottom and side pieces to the back piece. After that, I'm going to go ahead and work on the front piece. And to get the curve shape that we're looking for, I'm just going to use a dowel rod and just press up against it, moving about 1 inch forward every time. For the last part of the structure, I'm just going to draw an outline of where the side and bottom attachments will go. Then I'll just cut and glue on those pieces accordingly. One thing I forgot to add originally was the indentions that go on the front piece, so I drew an outline of those areas, cut it out with a box knife, and then covered it up from the inside. Now I'm going to work on filling up the holes that are in the sides of all the boxes, and for that I'm going to be using this stuff called Bondo Glazing and Spot Putty. Later on, I did end up going over those same areas with some spackling putty just to help cover up the holes a little more. Once I've got those two things done, I'm going to go over the rough areas with some sandpaper just to help give the build a smooth finish. Next, I'm going to spray the whole thing with some filler primer just to help cover up any of those final holes or gaps that I might have missed. Now it's time to start painting, and I'm going to begin by going over the whole thing with a matte white. From there, I'm going to mark the location of the logo, and then I'm going to go ahead and hand paint that on. After that, I'm going to give the build some weathering using scratch marks and some black and brown dry brushing. For my backpack straps, I'm just going to remove some from an old backpack, insert them through some holes that I cut in the back, and then glue them down. To give the inside some cushion, I'm just going to be using a foam exercise mat. I'll just measure out the area needed and then I'll cut out and insert them accordingly. Lastly, I'm just going to work on the fabric cover that goes on the top of the backpack. So I'll just draw out a template, attach some stick-on magnets, and finally give it some weathering. I just want to thank everybody for 50 subscribers. I know it's not a whole lot, but it really means a lot to me. It'd be awesome to see this channel go far. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. It really helps out a lot. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.